City Morning Show.
Good morning, buenos dias. Welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos todos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es el 14 de agosto, mañana ya el 15, mediados de agosto, y son exactamente las 7, con 4 minutos. It's 7:04 and today is the 14th day of August. Good morning. I trust that everything's going fine wherever you may be, wherever you are, and I'm sending you best wishes all the way from San Lorenzo Road here at Norte Vision Studios in Orange Walk. Buenos días, si nos acabas de sintonizar, son las 7:04. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Norte Visión, Canal 10, aquí en la Avenida San Lorenzo, justo frente del ITVET, y es un gran gusto saludarles. Gracias por permitirnos entrar hasta, lo más íntimo de sus hogares. Gracias por esa preferencia. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo por aire. Es más, es un servicio especial para la gente que vive en el norte del país, Orange Walk y Corozal, pueblo y aldeas. Es un servicio gratuito para las personas que optan no conectarse al cable. Entiendo de que no hemos estado en el cable los últimos 2 días y nuestras disculpas, pero no es enteramente nuestro problema. El problema es se encuentra, me imagino, en Belmopan, en el centro de distribución, y hay que muchas veces, o quizás la línea de fibra que lo estén reparando, no lo sé. Pero los técnicos ya lo saben de que no estamos y están tratando de ponernos de vuelta en línea lo antes posible. Nuestras disculpas. Pero también estamos en internet. Es más, simplemente tienes que entrar a la página de Sugar City Morning Show y ver el show donde estés a la hora que te dé la gana. Buenos días todos. Como siempre, te pido que te unas conmigo en una oración reconociendo y agradeciendo a este poder superior, a este espíritu que le pone razón y le da propósito a la vida y nos inculca un sentido de moralidad y te pido que te unas conmigo para agradecerle a este poder superior por todo lo que hace por nosotros y pedirle que continúe sus bendiciones. Padre, muchas gracias por tus bendiciones, por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas, por las experiencias, por tu paciencia, por tu perdón que nos ofreces gratis, por tu amor que tienes para con nosotros. Muchas gracias, Padre. Te pedimos que nos continúes bendiciendo. Hoy te entrego este día, Padre, que se haga tu voluntad. Que se haga tu voluntad, no la mía. Estoy a tu disposición, Padre, para hacer lo que tú pidas. Quiero decirte que muchas veces uno se desespera, se desanima, y hoy voy a esperar que tú me des la señal, Padre. Te pido también por los enfermos, en los hospitales, en las cárceles, en sus casas, en las calles. Te pido por los viejitos, nunca olvidándonos de los viejitos y los niños desamparados, y también de aquella gente que tiene una necesidad u otra, que recién, with only isolated showers, if any, except for slightly more over the south tonight. Again, no rain. The winds blowing from the east, 5 to 15 knots. The sea stayed light up. Temperatures along the coast, 88 as a high, 83 as a low. And in inland, 94 as a high and 74 as a low. And in the hills, 82 degrees as a high and 70 as a low. The outlook for tomorrow, Thursday and Thursday night, is for a few showers or isolated thunderstorms, mostly over the south and along some coastal areas. Elsewhere, showers will be isolated. A high tide occurs this morning at 5 minutes after 9, a low tide at 4:08 this afternoon, a second high tide at 10:25 tonight, and the second low tide tomorrow morning at 3:29. The sun rose this morning at 5:35, and the sun sets this evening at 6:19. The moon is rising first at 6:02 tonight, this evening really, and the moon is setting tomorrow morning at 5:37. Thank you, forecaster Shana Young. Buenos días. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, miércoles 14 de agosto. ¿Y saben algo? Si estás esperando lluvia, nada de lluvia. Condiciones calurosas y secas continúan sobre nuestra área. Para las siguientes 24 horas, más que nada soleado hoy, parcialmente nublado por la noche, por momentos, con chubascos aislados, si es que tenemos algunos, pero el sur estará viendo un poquito más de forma de humedad o de chubascos que el resto del país. Y si es que cae aquí en el norte, si es que cae. Los vientos del este 5 a 15 nudos, el estado del mar ligeramente agitado, temperaturas por la costa 88 como una máxima, 83 como una mínima, en el interior 94 como una máxima y 74 como una mínima, por las colinas 82 como una máxima y 70 como una mínima. ¿Qué se espera para mañana jueves? Mañana jueves, ya tan rápido, perdón. Unos chubascos o tronadas aisladas, más que nada sobre la porción sur del país, y luego por algunas áreas de la costa, y por otros lados, chubascos serán aislados, si es que caen. Las mareas, una alta a las 9:05 minutos, una baja a las 4:08 minutos hoy por la tarde, una segunda marea alta a las 10:25 hoy por la noche y una segunda marea baja a las 3:29 mañana por la madrugada. El sol salió a las 6:25, el sol se oculta hoy a las 6:19, la luna primero sale a las 6:02 minutos y luego se oculta mañana por la mañana a las 5:37. Muchas gracias, Sheena Young. Compañeros, son las 7:12 minutos. También reconociendo a nuestros patrocinadores de siempre, German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors, Digi, Government of Belize Information Service, Belize Tourist Board, Gillette's Meat Shop, A&R Stores y Baquitas House of Culture. Vamos a una pausa. Las 7:13 minutos. Bueno, si estarán preguntando quién tendremos hoy, bueno, vamos a tener una persona muy especial hoy como invitado. Será a las 7:30, pero cuando regresemos, Chequi y yo haremos un segmento corto y luego tendremos a nuestro invitado y estaremos hablando con este abogado y les estaremos dando la oportunidad a ustedes también que llamen y que hagan una consulta con esta persona que está encargado de ofrecer consulta gratis aquí en Legal Aid Orange Walk. ¿Ok? Se trata del señor Rabey González y muchas de las preguntas hemos hecho un análisis y muchas personas quieren hablar de divorcio, quieren hablar de herencia, quieren hablar de esto, quieren hablar de problemas, cómo hacer esto, cómo hacer el otro. Así que, hoy a las 7:30 con el señor Rabey González, que es abogado. Vamos rápidamente a la pausa. Son las 7:14 minutos y estaremos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios. Pero no se vayan.
The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopan Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. At this exact moment, I'm asking you to join me and say good morning and welcome to the one and only Mr. Robert Chequiosha.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez.
Good morning to you.
Good.
¿Cómo estás?
Bad.
Bad?
Yeah.
Bad?
Yeah.
Why?
Ano nga get still?
All
Cada
right.
dia te lo good. Positana, you're right.
Well, no, you're being truthful.
Yeah.
I'd like to say that every day I consult the National Hurricane Center page, and I don't know, ¿qué me pasó? Today I didn't do it during the general weather report. I'd like to tell you that I'm looking at the satellite imagery, and there's nothing in the form of anything as a that poses a threat. So
Let's get this early
nothing.
call. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Morning, Chicky.
Morning, sir.
Mr. Manuel.
Good morning.
Hi. Chicky, I don't want to listen after about me.
Okay, tell me.
What dated Tuesday, the 13th, I visit 123 to buy a half a chicken.
You buy a half a chicken, okay.
Yes. I gone in the store, gone in the freezer, no half a chicken. I walk out of the store back and pick up my bike. And when I reach outside, I got the bike on the stand, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people park their bike behind the bike, right?
Yes.
So I move the bike then from behind my bike. So I really talk to myself. I said like this. I said, and people like to lean up bike on people's bike on. I hear somebody say to me like this, right? So gone in the store, and you're not buying nothing. When I hold up my head, it was the officer, right? So I look for him and I tell her like this, right? I tell her, so what you want I do? If I go in the shop and I walk out of the shop, you want to buy something where I don't want to use? So I tell her, what are the problem? He said, the problem is you look suspicious. So I tell her, oh, I look suspicious. I walk in at the shop to go and buy something and not get where I want in it, so I walk out fast into the handy. Right?
Yes.
Anyway, I tell her, what else can you tell me? I'm a thief? He said, well, something like that.
What?
So I tell her, you see how you disrespect me? Right there, check him. Me look at a gun, sky high, with roll up in my head, and anyway, I tell her like this, I tell her, well, I don't know no thief. You could go in at the place there, I'll check with them people. I go in and want to give and it open 4 or 5 times a day. Anyway, I left on there, and I gone buy the chicken now, half a chicken now, quality poultry. I gone back in there, to buy where I want to buy because I don't want, so I gone in and I did explain to one of the tenants where they know where we charge, right?
Uh-huh.
This office stand up right behind me. And I explained to the guy what he do to me. Understand?
Yes.
After when I walk out of the store, the man come behind me again.
What?
And he said, you have a problem? A problem you wanted me? A problem you wanted me? I tell her this, I tell her, Mr. Man, look here. You see, you disrespect me again. I ain't know that's no problem with you, and I don't want no problem with you. When you have to learn to look for a man like me with a elderly man, and just disrespect me and look for me and tell me that I look suspicious, after what I tell her. He said, I don't want to come and talk to me in any kind of stupid kind of way and this and that and that and that and that. Well, I get stupid too. Understand me?
Yeah.
And I start to tell her this and tell her that a thing. Right? And now he come, I have the handcuff off a side,
Uh-huh.
and they look for handcuff me. But I back to my hand, and I grab my bike and I walk away. I never run away, I walk away from the man. Right?
Yes.
But the mistake we never make, we never take like number off a shoulder. But I have something to do today, and when I don't do it, I go in the station and go see Mr. Castillo because if it upset me, you know, a big store, and I go in the store, go buy a ticket, and I buy where I have to buy, and I walk out. I don't want it upset. If you meet me on the street, you do me the same thing.
Yeah.
And right there, it pisses me off, and it molests me for nothing. You are fine, you are getting irritated,
Yeah.
and you are never get in a trouble.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you changed because you wasn't like that before, right? If I'm way back, it may be different, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, chicken. And I want to tell us today, I want to see Mr. Castellanos today.
That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing for do.
And I want to make it know. Yesterday only because my stepdaughter made it go out or take his stepchild for his head. And that's why I couldn't go because I'm the one to do all the cooking and stuff.
Yeah.
But as soon as I do what I have to do today, I go and see Mr. Castellano because he knew me very good and very well. He knew me, I don't know trouble people. You know, that kind of way for that. But I don't like the hierarchy.
Yeah.
It pisses me off, I tell you.
Yeah. Well, just yeah.
Take it
I'm going to see the man.
Yeah.
I'll get this out of the man.
Well, that's the right thing for do, bro. Just take it easy, man. And I think you did the right approach in walking away, you know, start to fight with the police because that never makes sense. And then, you know, all the time the citizen, the private citizen, they always there at wrong when they try getting at things with police, right? So I think you did the right thing and following up to go to see Mr. Castellanos, that's the right move, my brother.
Okay, sir.
Keep it up, right?
Yep.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
All the best.
Yeah. You see how people could hold calm when certain things happen, and that's the right approach because sometimes you hear about police brutality, but sometimes some police they approach some people and you know, man, I know do nothing wrong, so why you want to mess with me? And then people lose their temper, right? And controlling your temper, that's something we're tough for. You have the conscience.
I could have easily seen this confrontation blow up easily because you know tempers.
Yeah, true.
And especially when it's an assault in our ego, in our pride, and like you look suspicious, and that's an accusation. That's an accusation. A, you will react one certain way, and if you know watch yourself, you will get into trouble because the policeman then will find some way or other to put the blame on you because maybe you have reacted negatively. Obviously, you are in defense of your innocence. You are in complete defense of your innocence, but just that we react wrong, and then we're suddenly guilty of something else, and that is maybe we assault the policeman, and so we're so. I'm glad that you did what you did and you walked away. Believe me, I'm glad that you did.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know anybody can do that. Because you go and buy the chicken first, they don't got it. So you can buy it so else. Then you come back for pick up your little ingredients and this man and they follow you in at the store. At least the police come and say, all right, I have only suspicion on this person. So I can just be vigilant with him.
I don't think he had any suspicion after that. He just wanted to impress on the person that he and the policeman and he could do what he wanted, period. He didn't have any suspicion. He just want to prove a point.
Yeah.
But hey, as long as you read what's going on with certain officers, you could live with it.
Yeah.
But just you did the right thing. You moved away. You did the right thing. Moved away.
And the next move for him to go and see Mr. Castellanos.
Yes, Mr. Castellanos. You
That's
explained
good.
to him.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Mr. Martinez, you know, when they mentioned about this back to school thing, you know, I had the privilege of going into E&R yesterday, and the books that are available at E&R and the school bags and the school items, they have for the entire family because they have the economic ones when it comes to prices that persons that cannot afford the high-end ones, you can get the ones at the more reasonable prices.
What you talking about, exercise books?
Exercise books.
Okay.
They have them, you know, they have the composition books, and they have the other ones with the covers that are a little like this. But the thing is that it's available for everyone. And when it comes to the school bags as well, you know they carry John Sport, right? and they have school bags.
Harry John's plus Everest plus and about 5 different other brands.
Yeah, and when it comes to the school bags, there is affordability for the persons that cannot afford the high-end bags as well, which is good. Pens and pencils, you can get them by packs. But there is a new service that I spoke to one of the owners yesterday, and he was telling me about a new service that they're offering now, the online service. They're offering a new online service, and this online service at ENR, it's your one-stop for all your online shopping. So let's say you go on the internet and you go on eBay and you want to buy something. You can see it, you buy it, and then you can ship it, and ENR will get it to Belize for you. And you can pick it up at any ENR store countrywide. You just have to decide, okay, where I want it to go. Now, if you don't have one credit card, then you can go into the ENR stores and you can say, you know what, I see this on Rock Auto, eBay, Amazon, Forever 21, Target, Macy's, Walmart, and I want to buy it. How I could buy it, how you could facilitate me? Okay, they go online and see what you want to buy, and they see how much it costs, and you can just pay them the money, and they will tell you how long it takes, and you can go and pick it up at ENR.
That's a new kind of shopping that's available now, and I'm glad to see we have one more here in Orange Walk.
Right.
But what is good about this is that this is a respectable store that is countrywide.
Right.
Countrywide, and we've known that ANR is famous for its low prices.
Yeah, their prices makes the difference. So let's say if somebody from Danriga orders something, when that comes in, well, ANR already know, okay, this is going to Danriga, so the person from Danriga will receive it. And then if Orange Walk, you could pick it up right at Orange Walk. It's not like they only have one station, and man, you know what, I could buy it, but I still have to go with the Orange Walk to pick it up. Well, it's not so, because ENR is all over the country. And it's a good service because, many people might look at these items and say, man, I don't want to buy that thing, but how I could I get it? And sometimes, let's say sometime you want to buy one part for your vehicle, and just can't get it, but you need to get that vehicle going. And if the shipping is coming out today and you buy it and it reaches Miami, then you get it tomorrow.
We're talking here a number of items, and especially when it comes to electronics, say a part for your computer, or maybe you need a desktop, something for a desktop, something for your, what's this called?
Keyboard.
A keyboard for your computer. You can get it. You can order it. You can even order pots and pans and anything for the home.
Yeah.
You can order anything that's available in Walmart, anything at all. So, you go like, yo quiero esa olla grande ahí, cuesta $90 americanos. Tú vas a A&R, le dices, yo quiero esta olla aquí, mira. Es para tamales, pero es duradero. Es hecho en no sé a dónde. Y van a darte un costo, ¿ok? Ya con el transporte y ya con aduanas, con costo de aduanas, etc. Y entonces tú lo pagas y en, digamos, un tiempo, 2-3 semanas, tú ya lo tienes en tu casa.
Yeah,
¿Qué mejor?
Yep.
¿Qué mejor?
And it's good that you don't have to go to customs, because I said, man, if I go to customs, I just have to pay $20 or $30, but how much it will cost you to go there?
That's exactly right.
Cost you to go there, and they are facilitating all that. Let's say like us, like musicians, sometimes you need a little part, maybe you need a drum machine, you might need a keyboard or a mixing console. You can go online and check Guitar Center or Sam Ash or East Music Center or wherever you buy from, and you just facilitate it through ENR, and they will get it here for you.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, is this the desk where a young man sits?
Right.
Okay, I was in there.
I spoke to them yesterday, and they have numbers, which is 670-7906, 670-7751, or 671-3727.
Okay, repeat those numbers.
670-7906, 670 7751 671 3727. You know, there are these lot of people that get married. You could ship a wedding dress, you know?
Mm-hmm. You could ship on cake if you want.
Yeah, you ship on cake. So people there in Belize City and Benqueviejo del Carmen and all over the country, go in to your nearest A&R store and ask about this service. They have Rock Auto, eBay, Target, Amazon, Forever 21, Macy's, and Walmart. But that doesn't mean that it's restricted to the other places where you can buy
They
from.
have Macy's, so you could order your suit, your three-piece suit.
Yep. And this is a good service, you know, Mr. Martinez, because there are so many things out there that we would like to get from the States. I was talking to Aldo as well. I tell her, so I do shopping online, and sometimes some person says, get it shipped to you. You see, you can do that too. We'll just give you an address, come in and you contact the person and get it shipped to you, and when they ship it to us, then we get it to you.
And you know something? Target stores in the States have fantastic prices. Fantastic prices. When it comes to clothes and so forth, not everybody can afford to go to Macy's or to Neiman Marcus or go to
those big malls.
To those big malls or wherever to Nordstrom and to those Scarboroughs and so forth. So, you could go to these stores and you can just go to on the web, and you can see that everything that they have, and they even have promotions, and you can order for anything that is in the store in the web page through A&R. In other words, you go there and say, tell you what, young man, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. I say, all right, this stuff for this is the price for the so forth. You pay it and thing done, you pick it up in 2-3 weeks.
You don't have to have a credit card.
You don't need to have a credit card. You didn't even have to go to the States.
Yeah, you can.
You know?
You can go online and you see what you want.
See what you want and pay it here. Que mejor quieres?
And if you don't have the facility to go online and you don't really know how to do it, you go right there and they go online. What you're looking for? Okay, I want to buy this, and they find it for you.
Exactly.
And if you have a credit card, then you could use your credit card if you have it. So it's a very good service, Mr. Martinez. It's a very good service, and I want to urge persons to take the opportunity of this service as well, no?
Yes. We need to go on a break.
Yep.
Unless you have a...
Yeah, I have something here. Say hats off for being the bigger person in a situation where a person of authority bully a civilian that did no foul to this game. Though I agree on practicing your citizen rights to complain on the behavior to our head of law, though this guy got it in control, he overlooked the police badge number. Always look for his number, folks. It's the key way of knowing who you are dealing with, right?
I think I have a feeling that that's a now high-ranking police officer who sent that to you. I have a feeling.
Yeah, which is good.
I have a feeling.
But also today, Mr. Martinez, before we go on the break, also today in San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, today there is a activity going on when it comes to the police as well. And for all media colleagues, they're invited to the Compul. Chester Williams is sent out an invitation to the San Pedro High School, 2 o'clock today, and for the installation of newly trained special constable, tourism police officer, and handing over of equipments in San Pedro today. And it will be at 2 o'clock. So that's more law order there in San Pedro.
Okay, good. Anything else before we go on a break?
That seems like it. That seems like it. Only that 2 police officers yesterday, they were arraigned in the magistrate court in Belize City for accusation on the killing of a young man that was in custody. I believe it was in Kikaka, but they.
Gilberto Sutz.
Yeah, I believe
They walked away free.
Yeah, they walked away free.
Walked away free. Hey, you see how it's going on right now these days? The police is losing a grip on all of these cases. Again, we don't want to talk bad about the police, but the police is losing the grip again. Okay, did you know why they lost the, what you call it?
What it says there, Pa?
The biggest concern this morning before the judge was whether the officers meant to kill him or whether such death was accidental, obviously. The postmortem could not confirm whether he died from a fall or a blunt force trauma to the head. The matter was further muddled by the fact that no weapon could be identified as the one that caused such death. Again, the police could not identify anything there. Justice Calder Williams took into consideration the aggravating and mitigating forces in case. The aggravating force factor was the charge of manslaughter and the death of someone whilst in police custody. The mitigating factors are the convicts were police officers on duty. They both have immaculate records with no conviction for any criminal offenses. They have a family network and both showed remorse. In the end, Justice Williams sentenced the officers to time served, 1 year, 4 months, and they already served in jail. With that, they were free to go.
Yeah. So they don't spend their time already.
Yeah, spend their time and free to go. Okay?
But if they sentence you, that's not because you're guilty of something?
Well, he says, look at what he says. Justice sentenced the officers to time served. In other words, okay, you've served time, 1 year and 4 months, so you don't need to serve no more time. Well, actually, that would be for something, because actually, if you have a point,
Yes.
they
find something for you.
Find something, but it was not manslaughter.
So maybe if they made the out pan bail, maybe they tell you, well, you have to go spend that amount of time.
Yes.
But for what?
It's possible. And, well, again, you see how the police is losing its cases at the court. And we're not telling you that these people were criminals. It's very possible that this was an accident where they killed, this individual was killed, or it could also be that it was murder. It could also be that it was murder. It's definitely not clear cut. But then again, it's one more case where the police was going after some of its own members.
Yeah.
And we've known that they traditionally show a lot of leniency in those cases. Straight up, I'm saying.
Yeah. A text came in before we go on the break. He said, good morning, Mr. Usher. The corn shop bile their corn and waste they got to the river. I don't know which corn shop is that.
The waste is going to the river.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Telly's Tortilleria doesn't throw away the corn in kernels anymore. They reuse the kernels of the corn. In other words, after it's boiled and so forth, sometimes some of the kernels would pass away. Now they have a strainer in which all that is brought back into the mixture, and it's only water that goes out.
Or just the water.
Yes. That I saw firsthand. And that pretty much is the same thing with Tortilleria Maya. But, of course, one the kernel slip out. So I'm not telling you that it's 100% foolproof, but you do find recently that it's a different scenario as it was 2-3 years ago when the drains were filled with corn kernels, and some people say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that because that's food for the fish. You're absolutely right. That's food for the fish, but it's also food for the algae that grows.
Right.
So, you have to admit that it's It works both ways.
Yeah, well, it's 17 minutes away from 8 o'clock, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back with more after these messages.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser, a runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi fans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa.
Who no?
Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. We'll do another segment, Mr. Osha, and I, in anticipation of the arrival of Mr. Gonzalez, who I believe is quite busy at the moment, but he will hopefully be here with us very shortly. Very, very shortly.
I have some text message here.
Yes,
Mr.
certainly.
Manuel. It said, good morning. It said police brutality in Belize is the worst that we are seeing right now. And next one says here, policemen go to court, they do their thing, and they just walk out smiling. What happened to the grieving family that stays behind? And this next one says here, the police department and the working police out there needs more support when it comes from the ministry. I don't really know what they mean by that, no? But police brutality, we hear about police brutality that happens over and over, Mr. Martinez, and then I wonder why. Because some of them, you know, they really got some good police, but some of them sometimes they want to go overboard, man. Mm-hmm. You know, they have to learn to control and tempers because they go to train in school, right? You know, I don't know if that's part of their training, if they get counseling and things like that. But you started here and they put police for interdiction because this happened and that happened. So what happened to the one day when we are back? They got big money to collect now. They collect because I think when you go up on anything, they're going to get half pay or quarter or pay or whatever. So they have to bring back all of their pay because they come out free.
Well, there's a distinct possibility that that's if that's the way it goes, no. But in this case, the judge did charge them, find them guilty of something, or else he would not have given them the time that the 1 year and 4 months.
Yeah. So that means maybe if they made up on bail, they may want to spend that 1 year and 4 months. If they made up on bail, right? But they were remanded. So the man said, don't spend your time already, so I don't have no more charge to put by you.
Exactly right. So I don't know if people understand what went going on there, but they were in remand for so much time, and after that the judge said, you don't need for data jail no longer because you already served your time, because I'm giving you 1 year and 4 months. So at the end of the day, the policeman walked out free of charge, without any charge. Now, what if they were found free, and what if the judge did not find them guilty of anything? Would they?
Maybe they must may have to pay them for when they're in jail.
I think so.
That happened one time.
Maybe I think that's when the police pays them, reinstates them back, and gives them the money.
Yeah.
But I don't think that in this case, because they were charged, that they will be getting their full money, their full salary, because then there would be some element of wrongdoing right there. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah, I can understand of the story there where the lady is crying and she's saying that, man, I don't get no justice. But then that's the way the court system work by. I wonder when time people get away, not only with this one of the police, but when other persons and you hear, well, police say, well, we got one case. We got there people, we got there 3 man or 2 man or this individual. I want to look, you go to court and then the evidence that's been presented in the court are not enough for the judge to charge these people. You know, and what happened is also, Mr. Martinez, is that these files need to go to the DPP. So when the DPP look at these files, they say, okay, we have one case with this, so go to court with this. Mm-hmm. But when they go to court, they still find some legal glitches or some clause that was not in the report, and maybe when they take this report from this person, he never got any shot, or never got any shoes, or never feel too good because he never sleep good the night before because they beat up or never get nothing to eat. So he just talk and say anything.
Mm-hmm. True, exactly true. Well, It is more than probable that we will not have our guest today. We just received the notice saying that he is not doing too well. He's not feeling well and will not be able to make the show today. So our apologies there. You know, stuff like this always happens, and this is beyond our control. We had pretty much the scenario with Dr. Leslie and other professionals who, and in particular doctors' cases, because what happens is that they call in for emergency at any time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning. So we have to understand that it's just that sometimes we need to have contingency plans well in order. You understand?
Well, when we went to see him on Monday, he was still limping, Mr. Martinez, So this next text here, Mr. Martinez, but we will have Mr. Gonzalez in the future sometime next week if he feels better, no? He said those police spend that time because case never came up. You know how we do it. Years before your case comes up.
Years before?
Yeah, you mean like some people spend time the back and then maybe 2-3 years before the case come up?
Years afterward, not before.
Before the case. Maybe they charge and they remand them. But they stay there a long time before the case call up. Because maybe they go to court adjourn and then go back again and they spend the time. So that's why you see some people when they go to court, they say, well, the judge said that he give you 5 years, but you don't spend 2.5. So you only have to spend 2.5. And if you put it in a days and night, then you have to spend half of that.
So just one thing I want to check. When the judge orders you for 3 years in prison, is that 3 years meaning 3 consecutive 1, 2, 3 years, or is it 1.5 years?
Sometimes it goes like that. They say
Sometimes
consecutive
what
or
makes the difference
concurrently.
between one
Well, that
and
I
the
don't
other?
know. They say got it concurrently or they have it currently. So if I don't really know when they put it like that and they call day and night, they put it as 2, no? I don't really know how that works. But if somebody out there know how that works, send us a text message or give us a call so we could verify that, no? Because we don't know how it go.
I think as a rule, the time that the court gives you is
that 24 hours
is 12 hours.
Oh, okay.
It's 12 hours, regardless of this is the way I'm looking at it. The way I believe it is, I may be wrong, is 12-hour verdicts. In other words, if they sentence you to 10 years, that means that you'll be doing 5 years. Okay? 12 hours in the morning, 12 hours at night.
Okay.
Okay?
So double up.
That's the way I feel. No, I don't know if that applies always. Maybe if there's a liar. Oh, this is where Mr. Gonzalez would have been good here.
Yeah, true.
Okay? And we need to find out exactly what's going on there. And secondly, I understand what the caller says. If the person has been on remand, I know some people in remand for 4 or 5 years. And after that, you know what happens? The person is found free, innocent. So, I'll be honest with you. If I was an innocent individual and I was in remand for 4 or 5 years at the prison, when I come out, I'd rip hell.
Yeah, but you could do lawsuit for that too.
Yes, you can.
Yes, that happened already at Belize and man collect.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man collect, and they there for so much time, and when they come out, they say, no, this person is not guilty, and they put the lawsuit and they collect.
So government will have to pay them.
Have to pay. They have to pay. Because if once the court find you not guilty, that means they had you remanded illegally.
Mm-hmm. No.
Now this next text message say, good morning. It said one day, the truth will be told when it comes to these police officers. That's a heavy one.
Are you hinting at something we don't know? What did the truth will be know about these police officers? You're telling me that at the moment they're getting away with murder? Is that what you're telling us? I don't.
Truth will reveal.
Truth will be revealed. I don't know. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we've always had complaints about police officers that they're taking bribes, that they don't do their job well, that there's a lot of inefficiency in the police department, that there is a lot of corruption in the police department, and those are allegations until you actually make them something else. In other words, those are allegations. We can't carry those and say, why you, I know you, based on what somebody told me, I heard you this and I could carry you to court for that. No, I can't take you to court for that because those are allegations.
Yeah.
There's no proof. There's no evidence. Okay? However, if I had the evidence, it would be a completely different story. It would be a completely different story if I had evidence in my hand and I go like, hey, but I'm hoping that the whole system becomes, I'm not pointing it at any one or two officers, but I'm saying that the whole system needs to be reviewed. I'm saying that, one, to get better police officers, we need to, one, put in measures into the law where, you recompense people for their education. In other words, if you have people who go in with bachelor's degree and so forth, who are into forensics and so forth, you reward them with a good pay. I don't know if that is already in place. Maybe it's already in place. But we also, I do believe that we also need a good forensic laboratory here in Belize, something that is worthy of being called a forensic laboratory, okay, where you don't have to be waiting 3 and 4 and 5 weeks for one thing come out,
or years
or whatever. And we also need a DNA, some good DNA labs here where it would assist the police department in solving some of these cases.
And when these crimes happen, that those forensic people can be there.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So with all the training, that it comes along with it, maybe that's going to help us with getting better results. But at the end of the day, you also need to do a change of the system in place. I'll be honest with you. If I am being taken to court for committing a crime, and maybe I am guilty as sin. Maybe I'm guilty as sin. Maybe I mean to okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I get Mr. SS or Mr.
Mr. DB.
Exactly. One of those, and I get a good lawyer, and I go like, you come out clean out of this case.
I don't know the prosecution. I could 16 out.
Exactly. So, the lawyer makes twist things around and so forth, and what happened is that the police officer who is not a lawyer, the system does not provide for that. Who do you think stands the better chance? The liar? Obviously, the liar stands a better chance.
And then the liar will tell you, when they ask you anything in the court, you don't say nothing.
Exactly. So
I want that.
So at the end of the day, the police department needs to revamp its own prosecution system, relying on some trained police officer to do the job. At the end of the day, you're gonna lose it against the big name liars who are paid thousands and thousands of dollars for make the Richmond picnic come out as quick as that. All right. And what happens is that the guilty then just need to get a good lawyer, and it's clean for them. It's clean for them. So what message are we sending out?
Yeah.
The whole system is needs revamping. The whole system needs to be worked on. Huh? But that's not happening.
Yeah, that's
so.
You also mentioned that they need to probably pay persons by degree. If you have a certain education level, then you know what? You could join the force, you and take the train like everybody else, but then we will put you,
Of course.
because you have this education level and you study law. And you want to be a police officer.
Of course.
So we know that you will be useful in this area.
What better than to hear that, hey, there's an opening for detectives in the police department. The salary is $60,000 a year, $5,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people would radiate for that?
And that will just improve the system.
Improve the system. All right? I'm putting or not even 60,000, maybe even higher. If government wants to take a stand against the criminal activity, really take a stand against it.
Because people that make
back at jail.
People that make that kind of earnings, that kind of salary, they no have no need for any hands out. Because they make one good salary and they hold in principle. Because the principle got more than for just take one bribe and walk away. Somebody said that is another nonsense. To spend 2 years in jail because of a false accusation and being innocent. This need to be addressed and false accusers be jailed and the law be broadcasted to the people. Judges and liars making criminals go free also be jailed.
What?
that's stiff.
Yeah,
that was a stiff one.
But you've made a point, a valid point. I'm afraid to talk about it, but who controls magistrates and liars here? I go open my mouth, leave it, because afraid no push back foot. But do you know that sometimes we go weeks and weeks without magistrate?
That's true, yeah.
A magistrate don't come if he's sick in the county today.
Or we have a next case here and they shot a magistrate over there.
And like some people they wait for weeks for make magistrate come.
Yeah.
And then magistrate is supposed to get at 9 o'clock, he shows up at 10:30, 11, they smile up and who follows up on this thing? The Chief Justice? I beg your pardon.
And that's supposed to come
the
through
Chief Justice?
That's supposed to come through the office of the Attorney General as well, no?
But then again, who got the audacity to send message to the Attorney General and tell her, hey, you see that the Monday, the judge, he get there half an hour, work for half an hour, he get there 11:30. I think that judges and magistrates should be on time. 9 o'clock, they say 9 o'clock is just like everybody else. But because we're afraid for things against the magistrate, because directly we have a go front that he or she.
This next text say,
medium.
yeah. They are there to serve and protect us, not to harm us.
The police.
Yep. They are there to serve and protect us, not to harm us.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so but that's the way it is right now, Mr. Martinez. And then we have to live with what we got. You know, we want to say good morning to Mrs. Myrna Usher there in Belize City. Say good morning, guys. Have a beautiful and happy Wednesday today. You say it's not our job. It is not our job to fix people, change people, or judge people. It's just our job to love people. right?
That's right. I can't talk much right now.
Yeah. Sing, man. If you can't talk, you sing. Yeah, but it's a situation that needs to be changed. And then what happened is, I believe that you see what happens to Mr. Martinez. You know, I not say because one police officer probably get maybe some low salaries and they can't pay the rent, they can't maintain them, then they can't send anybody to school. They're supposed to do anything wrong, right? But there is incentives that can come from government as well. Government has lots of government high schools. Government has the water authority. They have the light. Give them people some flat rates, man, and make them picnic go to the government school there, so that the police officers with their low wages, if you can't afford to give them more, they have an incentive. But just put the we they give them a thing, but we stay out of corruption. We they give one an incentive, all right? Flat rate for you for water, flat rate for light. You got a home phone. We got government schools. We could send the kids there. You could send your kids at the government school without no pay, no tuition. But you have to be in line of duty. Not get out of hand because you have all of this. We know to bring down your salary, so you can make one better life for yourself.
Exactly.
You understand?
I apologize.
On that note, folks, we will take a little break. Mr. Martinez will get some water and fix up himself. Yes. So make we take a break and we'll be right back.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 special agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Residents of Dangriga now have their very own brand new modernized multi-purpose complex, compliments of the government of Belize. This $3.5 million investment in the cultural capital will host sporting events, cultural events, and shows, and can double as a hurricane shelter. Features include seating for 1,000, a fully FIBA certified wooden court, locker rooms with full bathrooms, a stage and changing rooms backstage, concession stands, office space, and ample parking. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
There's no need to go across the border to enjoy sun, sand, and crystal blue waters. Belize's northern islands and reef are just a boat ride away. Go slow and immerse yourself into the Caribbean Sea or enjoy some fresh coconut water. Or pick up the pace on an island where locals can enjoy sandy beaches by day and feast on your fresh catch by night. Discover the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef and submerge yourself into another world where you can experience a traffic jam you will want to return. You can also make new friends along the way. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. I apologize for that bout of coughing that I went through a little while ago, but it has traditionally been a weakness that I have when I talk too much and then I begin to itch. But I apologize for that. Back on February of this year, it made big news when Cayo cops busted a Guatemalan national and 2 Belizeans with a pair of AK-47 rifles in Benqueviejo town.
Where did they come from?
It should have been a strong case that police had to make against all 3 accused. But this week, they fumbled it, and now all accused have been acquitted. I will go through the pains of reading it again for you.
Acquitted, the word acquitted means they walk free,
That
right?
means they walked free. Okay? On Sunday, February 10th, police received reports that 3 men in a vehicle were disturbing the peace at a nightclub in that western town. Police responded and searched a black Range Rover SUV with Guatemalan plates. Now, hey, a black Range Rover, which is a
big
high-end SUV. I mean, like, if you have a Range Rover, you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay? With Guatemalan plates. Inside, the cops found 34-year-old Belizean Edgar Giovanni de la O, a 17-year Belizean minor, and 26-year-old Guatemalan Jorge Luis Reyes Villeda. The cops detained the trio, and when they searched the fancy ride, they found 2 assault rifles, an AK-47, and a 5.56 mini Galil weapon. Both of the adults were arrested and charged with keeping prohibited firearms and ammunition. Now, after several months, the case finally reached the trial phase. This week that passed. And police had the guns and willing police officers to testify to the discovery of the guns in the vehicle. However, when it came time for the prosecutor to produce those weapons to be tendered into evidence against the accused, that's where they failed. We are told that the prosecution did try, but those items were never entered into evidence by the sitting magistrate.
So
what going on?
What the weapon they get to?
What going on? Can it be that perhaps the weapons were there, but that the 4 people who were asked to corroborate the story were not willing to corroborate the story of that those guns were found in the vehicle? That's a possibility.
Let me get this spot. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yes, morning.
Morning.
We not see nothing here in him. So I can see enough on 3 days ago now. We not see nothing. Blank was why.
You're the here, but you're not the same, don't you?
No, I just see it up on Facebook. But then right now we not see nothing. We don't hear nothing. 3 days now.
Okay,
Blank was why.
well, thanks then. Thanks, we are looking into it right now, yeah?
Yes, because when say we want to see you now, we 3 days now, you know, chicken.
All right, good. Yeah, see we.
Every time was blank. I don't know why. Okay, then.
All right, good. Thank you. All right. Yeah, our technician will definitely take note of that. You know, we need to check with the cable operators now and then to see how it's going. So, one rat guy with the gun? Huh?
Well, we don't know. The guns were there, you know. Police had the guns.
Uh-huh.
It just and also willing officers to testify to the discovery of the guns. However, when it came time for the prosecutor to produce these weapons to be tendered into evidence against the accused, that's where they failed. We are told the prosecution did try, but those items were not entered into evidence by the city magistrate. The way this person has written that portion of the news, he has not alluded to the fact that the persons who were being questioned, well, maybe he may not know, but the persons may have refused to answer the questions in relation to the discovery of the guns, or maybe said, "Well, sir, me no know nothing about them gun, you know." And the next one comes in and says, "Do you remember this thing? Which thing? Me don't remember that."
I don't know where they talk about.
I don't know where they talk about. You remember the night when this? No, sir, me don't remember nothing.
So they can't call you a doctor?
So,
they can't call you a doctor if they see something wrong with them people?
You see the trial? And I can understand that I don't know. I'm let's see what the rest is. So we're told the prosecution did try, but those items were not entered into evidence by the sitting magistrate. So legally, since there are no guns,
You can't have no
there
case.
is no case against the defendants, and that's exactly what their attorney, Harold Hamilton, focused on. He made a no-case submission, magistrate upheld it, and acquitted him on a hall, on a get out. That's supposed to be the where law enforcement concedes defeat. But it appears that there is an intention by police to reinstitute these charges. The Guatemalan defendant was taken back into custody, and the word reaching their attorney is that they will reintroduce the charge against him. He told our colleagues from Plus TV that the cops aren't allowed to get a second bite at the cherry like that. So, let's hear what Mr. Hamilton has to say.
He's the attorney.
He's attorney. This is interesting. After several months, the case was ongoing. The case concluded today, and the magistrate found all three of the defendants not guilty. The Guatemalan, Mr. Edgar Villeda, Edgar de la O, and the minor. The prosecution called 4 witnesses, and for whatever reasons, these witnesses were unable to get any firearm they alleged was involved in the incident into evidence. So what actually went wrong?
So then,
for some reason, these witnesses were unable to get any firearm they alleged was involved in the incident into evidence. So the police, along with the witnesses, messed up on the possibility of getting. But how difficult can it be? Mr. Mann, you remember the night of February 10th? Do you recall pulling out this gun from the vehicle? It's a yes or a no? Yes, sir. So can it be, perhaps, that those witnesses were maybe paid not to remember the whole incident? Or can it be that perhaps the policeman was the playful? Can it be?
But if those evidence wasn't presented, Emmanuel, they never may have them people in custody.
Thank you. So that's why the judge had to say, tell you what, get out of me.
Stop wasting my time.
Stop wasting my time. Because the police made a mess out of the whole case. Could not find 4 defendants to corroborate the story that the guns were found in the vehicle. Why? Maybe because there were people who, I don't know, maybe they were threatened. I made a reference to the fact that this is out of an expensive vehicle, a Range Rover. Can it be that the Range Rover
big time
also comes with a lot of cash, and which the owner also comes around with a lot of cash and paid out some of these people? Can it be? Can it be that during these days, money talks and BS walks? So the case is right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, guys. So why is it that the magistrate didn't put pressure on the police officers?
I don't know if the police either present the case or don't present the case. And after that, the magistrate was listens and then said, tell you what, Mr. Mann, you know the one case, so you have not presented any evidence against the people, and all I have to do is I can't charge them at the moment, so I'm just going to tell you, hey, when I get out of my court, you're free to go. Hal, move.
Yeah.
It is very unfortunate. And I'm very surprised if indeed the police department would go through with such action, because respectfully, if the department is dissatisfied with the decision of the senior magistrate, there is an appeal process. There is an appellate process. This is the first time I'm hearing that the very same charges, or at the very least, they're threatening to reinstitute these very same charges that the senior magistrate found all 3 defendants not guilty. If those charges are to be reinstituted, of course, we're going to challenge. but if they were to be reinstituted, it would be an abuse of the process. So it is unlawfully, Guatemalans is unlawfully detained as we speak, and that will give the prosecution a second bite at the cherry to fill in whatever gaps in their view they thought was lacking in the previous case. They would be given a second opportunity. That brings forth another question. Can you reinstitute the same charge over again and again? In other words, is it lawful to do that? Can you be cleared of an accusation and told by the magistrate, young man, Mr. Martinez, get out of my court, are you free?
Yeah.
And then same time as you walk out, the police come and say, hey, I'm arresting you back again because blah, 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 blah. And so they go like, arrest for what? Same charges. Can they do that? Is it lawful?
You put things in people's mind, because somebody say maybe another case of bribery.
Maybe another case of bribery. What a lot of things they go on. And that is what the criminals outside are seeing. Go like, ha 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 ha. We could ride this thing.
That one is it?
Ha 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 ha. We could ride this thing.
Yeah.
We could
We'll
do things.
get through this one.
We could get out easy because the system doesn't work.
Yeah.
Our judicial system isn't working to curb the criminal activity in this country. It's just not working. And the pressure is on the police to try to do this, but the whole thing needs to be revamped from the prosecution department and the police department.
Yeah, it
needs to be revamped. The whole thing needs to be revamped.
Yeah, the system needs to clean up. Somebody said the guns are the witnesses, right? The guns are the witness, and they say nobody, no murderer, police have the bodies, and no murderer.
Can you explain that?
I really don't understand. It said the guns are the witness, as they say nobody, no murderer, police have the bodies, and no murderer.
Well, the guns stay there. In this case, the guns were in the hands of the police department. They had it. They found it in the vehicle, but they could not tie in the guns with the vehicle at the day of the court.
Well, maybe the guns must be in some custody.
They are in the custody of the police department at the moment. But those people, those witnesses who were supposed to be called in and to testify that those guns were found in such a vehicle, it turns out that either they couldn't do it, or they didn't want to do it, God forbid, or they were paid not to do it, God forbid again. I don't know. But
well, talking about that, next text message says, these guats were not cleared of the crime, so rearrest them.
That brings another question: is it legal?
And
the judge don't tell you get out of my court. The judge don't tell you you're freed of any charge, of the charge. So can you just go back and reinstitute the charge?
But look,
is it legal?
Look where this.
Can you be rearrested for the same thing?
And they don't say you're free.
Say you're free. Can they do that?
But
as far as I know, it's illegal to do that.
This person is going further now, Mr. Martinez, and we quote unquote on this one. If the evidences are there, can these officers be in charge for obstruction?
No, you need proof like anything else. Then the case would be, there would have to be a case with them where they would be, you have to prove that these people were working under a different agenda and that they were being paid by XYZ not to tender information not to give out information to the chief, to the magistrate, or to the although they had previously agreed to that they were. But how do you prove that? You know what's going on.
Yeah. Mr. Martinez.
But you see those challenges that are presented to the police department, because all of a sudden you could get amnesia. Mr. Man, where you live? Mina, no?
Where you need?
Where you Mina, no? Something wrong with you, Mina, no? And who the part Mina, no? How your granny name Mina, no? And just Mina, no, the whole night. Where they couldn't get out of you? They will send you to the police, the psychiatrist, but psychiatrist and now could call and say, well, young man, what is wrong with you? Mina, no?
Yeah.
You know how much people don't pretend amnesia?
Yeah. This one said, Mr. Martinez, clearly, if they rearrest these Guatemalans again, they can disown those arms and say it's not for them and they don't know anything about it because the magistrate already freed them.
It's very possible. Very possible. It's very possible. But in the first place, even if the which was for them, the magistrate has already told them, you are freed of the charges, so get out.
Yeah.
No, the law would say if you can actually take those persons back again on the same charge. That's what I'm wanting to find out, if you can actually do that.
Well, I'm not sure if this person is versed in the law, but it says the law states if you are cleared of the crime, proved not guilty, you cannot be tried again.
That's exactly my point. And the lawyer is alluding to that information as well. It says that would be, it says, it's very unfortunate and very surprising if we need the police department to go through with that action because respectfully, if the department is dissatisfied with the decision of the senior magistrate, there is an appeal process. Appeal. I beg your pardon again. This is the first time that I'm hearing that the very same charges, or at least the very least, or to the very least, they're threatening to reinstitute the same charges that the senior magistrate found all three defendants not guilty of. If those charges were to be reinstated, of course, we're going to challenge it. But if they were to be reinstituted, it would be in the abuse of the process. It is unlawful. So the Guatemalan is unlawfully detained as we speak, and that would give the prosecution a second bite of the cherry to fill in whatever gaps. So again, unlawful. So because they lost the first chance, they tried to reinstate the same charge, albeit the fact that it may be illegal, and I don't know how that is possible.
Yeah, somebody says here the Guats were not proved not guilty. That is what somebody says here, but it was thrown out, right?
It was thrown out because there was no evidence to say that the four people who were supposed to have been corroborators of the story, alleged corroborators of the story, saying that those guns were found in the vehicle, were nowhere to be found, or not nowhere to be found, but did not corroborate the story any at all.
And that's why these persons were remanded, because these weapons was found in the vehicle.
So exactly, the weapons were found. The police actually have the weapons. So the problem is that the witnesses are not willing to corroborate the story along with the police department. Who these witnesses are, I don't know.
As someone says, so where is the weapons and where is the vehicle?
The weapons is in the police department, and the vehicle is in the police department. The guns are with the police, but there's nobody willing in that police department to corroborate that they found the guns in that vehicle. Understand me? So therefore, when you ask them in court, were you there when they got those things? And go like, no, sir, me never did it.
But then they only see arresting officers?
Well, They could claim that they were the ones who found it, but they wanted, I would imagine that they wanted, let me see, you have a point. Let me see what the story goes.
Yeah, meantime, Mr. Martinez find that, I want to tell the lady in Cayo that the change of head office and this head end office in Belmopan, that's why we're not on. The cable company are moving their office, so they have to change up everything. But Signal should be back before this week is completed in San Ignacio. So there is a change. They are changing their office in Belmopan, so they have to dismantle everything and set up things back. So we should be back in Cayo.
You have that from?
Yeah, from our technician. He checked in with the folks up there, and they say that they are moving office, so things are done right now. But by the end of the week, they should have it back up.
You should have it back up.
Yeah.
It says, after several months, the case finally reached the trial phase this week. Police had the guns and willing police officers to testify to the discovery. However, when the time came for the prosecutor to produce those weapons to be tendered into evidence against the accused, that's where they failed. And we are told the prosecutor they tried, but these items were not entered into evidence by the sitting magistrate. So there were officers who did find the guns in there, and then when the prosecutor said, "Hey, you young man, come here, did you even find this thing?" I don't know what he said, but they're not corroborating the story. So maybe ya les pagaron que se caen la boca. Yo no sé, quizás.
Yeah. And somebody just said on next text, if it was the other way, and it was if it was a Belizean found in Guatemala, for that person would never come out of jail. But we have to understand that different countries have different law. Emmanuel, I don't think it's so, but let me read it. So, Emmanuel, you are defending the what's? Defending why the breaching of the law has justified reason to do so.
No, I'm not. You know, they read me correct. I'm not defending the guats. Come on.
No, I don't see that. I don't see.
I don't know why this person said that I'm defending the guats.
I'm
not defending. I'm at the lambaste the police department for not doing their job, because I wonder why is it that the Guatemalans got free. I don't want people coming into Belize with their guns and so forth. I mean, okay, that where they come from? They need to be taken to court.
Yeah.
The Guatemalans included. You know, they read me.
You could own any big time vehicle. You could come in with a big time vehicle, but don't bring weapons into the country.
Don't bring weapons into this country. No, sir.
Yep. Okay, Mr. Martinez. On that note, we'll take a break. We got a lot of other text messages pertaining to this, no? But okay, so let's take a break.
Let's take a break. I'll be right back with you after these messages.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico. The first two phases of the Hummingbird Highway Rehabilitation Project from the Belmopon Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a Kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Every friendly competition has a winner and a loser. A runner-up, a second best, someone that just doesn't have what it takes. Our friends know this feeling all too well. Since Digi introduced their new prepaid data plans, Digi fans have been happier than ever. While the other guys, their plans just can't even compare. Digi's new plans have the best value for your dollar. That's more data for less money, with even more options. So keep being a winner and keep living your best life with Digi.
I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. I wish I had a girl. City Morning Show.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Pardon the big lump in my mouth. It's not, I don't know guava, that one sweet to have in my mouth.
Yeah. But Mr. Martinez, you know, in concluding right here this morning, like you say, and many people says that the justice system need to clean up, or need to tighten up, or what is happening, because when there are people go to court and prosecutors or arresting officers can say they don't remember this, they don't know this person, and then they make them case that go down the drain. And then people not have trust in the system, and sometimes people want to take the laws in their own hand.
Estamos hablando de la situación en
Benque Viejo.
En Benque, cuando entró un vehículo de Guatemala y se supone que hubo gente que lo reportaron ese vehículo que estaban estorbando la paz. Y entonces dentro del vehículo la policía de ese vehículo encontró 2 rifles. Y pues obvio que tomaron el vehículo, encarcelaron a las 2 personas ahí dentro. Y el día que hubo el caso, la policía no pudo establecer, escuchen bien, no pudo establecer que las pistolas, los rifles, los había sacado del vehículo aquel. Entonces te preguntas, bueno, ¿y cómo es posible que la policía o el prosecutor no pudo establecer esto? ¿Será que al final del día, pues no las mismas policías que lo sacaron van a estar en la corte peleando el caso? Ellos van a servir como testigos, a decir, yo fui al caso, al vehículo, y yo encontré tal y tal y tal dentro del vehículo. Pues resulta de que no se pudo establecer. No sé qué exactamente sucedió, pero aparentemente el policía no pudo confirmar de que las dos armas pertenecían al vehículo de guatemalteco. Y ahí está la pregunta, bueno, ¿y qué pasó? ¿Cómo es de que esta persona no puede corroborar esto frente a la corte? Pues ¿sabes qué sucedió finalmente? La policía tiene los 2 rifles y el juez, el magistrado, pues por la incapacidad del prosecutor a establecer claramente que los dos rifles se sacaron del vehículo, pues ya luego no pudieron hacerlo. El cargo era de que habían sacado los rifles del vehículo. Así que el magistrado dijo, pues en este caso no hay ningún caso. Así que tal y tal y tal, estás libre para irte. Y ¡bam! Tan de repente los policías agarran de nuevo a las mismas personas y los encarcelan de nuevo. Y les dicen, no te vas a pelear con esto, porque te vamos a llevar otra vez a la corte. Ahora, la ley dice que ya luego de que te hayan llevado a la corte y te hayan escuchado el caso, y que si te declararon libre, que no hay forma de que tú puedes traer de nuevo ese cargo. No hay forma que tú puedes llevar ese cargo a probar aunque seas convencido de que una injusticia se haya hecho, ya el proceso legal pasó, sucedió, y ya no puedes llevar a esa persona de nuevo a la corte. Pero la policía está insistiendo en que ellos pueden hacerlo. Así que yo no sé qué rollo está pasando ahí, pero no sé si es, no sé si al final del día las personas, los testigos, las policías que sacaron los rifles del vehículo ya tan de repente no quieren ser parte de la evidencia. No sé por qué razón, no sabemos por qué razón. Quizás ya ha habido una transacción u otra para pedirles que se caen la boca. Yo no lo sé, pero lo más probable es eso. Tampoco lo puedo comprobar, pero con este tipo de situación te dices, pues, puchica, de cualquier cosa te puedes liberar, de cualquier situación te puedes salir, de cualquier tipo de situación te puedes zafar, hasta del cargo de tener pistolas ilegales en tu vehículo. Si al mismo policía le puedes caer la boca, entonces ¿a quién no? ¿A quién no? Y la cosa es de que, pues, el abogado dice que no pueden traer de vuelta el caso a la corte porque es completamente ilegal. Y la policía dice que va a tratar de hacerlo de nuevo. Así que no sé a dónde va a resultar todo esto, pero la situación legal aquí en Belice es bastante desanimador, es bastante frustrante. Vemos como los asesinos más asesinos se salen libres, se salen caminando de la corte por falta de poder traer evidencia a su contra. Por una razón u otra, la persona que sabía no aparece, la persona que estuvo de testigo tan de repente ya fue muerto, o algo así por el estilo. Así que el sistema está podrido. Podrido. Y eso es lo que ven los criminales y dicen, pues, ve a matar a este individuo y entre 2 años ya pudiste salir de la cárcel porque nunca van a poder establecer que tú lo hiciste. Entonces, en otras palabras, se están riendo del sistema judicial. La pregunta es, ¿hasta cuándo podemos aguantar todo esto? ¿Hasta cuándo vamos a estar nosotros a estar callados y estar sentaditos aguantando esto? Tiene que haber un cambio. Tiene que haber un cambio en el sistema jurídico. Uno, que los prosecutors sean pagados, que sean abogados también, que sean, tiene que haber un cambio en la forma que se maneja los casos. No puedes tener un abogado con un policía peleándose en la corte, pues obviamente es una clara desventaja. El abogado es abogado. El pobre policía, por más que tenga 5 años de experiencia, no es abogado, así que el abogado le va a dar 1000 vueltas. ¿Ya ves? Y eso es lo que sucede. El sistema es anticuado. Aparte del hecho de que hoy en día, con tanta corrupción, con tanto, guay, te doy $1000 y saca eso del sistema, pues que no es posible. Que no es posible.
Remember that happened at Corozal with an officer. We will close these text messages here. At a police checkpoint, what witnesses can the police have? The witnesses of 2 policemen is enough. And also, come on, the only country that has fat policemen is Belize. Not a laugh by. They need to work out. And we have that true that Mr. Martinez? He said when you arrest a person with something, take a video of them with that item, so when you go on the day of the case, you can show that video.
You know, you have a point.
Yeah. And this one say with police brutality as well, when you see it, maybe someone can take a video also to present that. But I'm not sure if video is permitted in the courts of Belize.
Well, I don't know either, but I do believe that
It's a
we
good
can
idea.
try. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Martinez, it's time for us to go. It's 1 minute away from 9. Remember, in Cayo, the head end at Belmopan, they are changing office. So by the end of this week, we should be back up again.
It's all in Cairo that we're not up.
Yeah, but we are still on the Facebook, no? On the
But
internet.
here in Orange Walk, are we up?
Orange Walk? Okay, so we're having technical difficulties right now, but yeah. So that comes from the whole head end, Mr. Martinez.
Well, that's okay. Just so our people know that I know that we can't address the people on cable.
Yeah, but there are some means that persons we are reaching persons with the texts that we are receiving,
Exactly.
right?
So just so that people, because people ask us, ¿cómo es que no te vi esta mañana? No estás en cable. Y yo no tenía ninguna idea de qué decir. But no estamos en cable porque se está están encontrando un nuevo local y
no nosotros,
los agentes en Belmopan, en el centro de distribución, y nos tienen desconectados por el momento mientras que encuentren otro lugar, y para entonces ya van a estar conectados todos los cables. ¿Ok?
Yep. So on that note, we'd like to thank you all who tuned into the Sugar City Morning Show. If the good Lord so will, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll be having Mr. B and the crew from the Agriculture Department. Then we'll hear a little bit more about this drought and how things is going. What's the name of the next gentleman, Emmanuel?
Mr. Javier.
Yeah, Javier has a great knowledge when it comes to these climate changes. So we invite you to tune in tomorrow. Hey, and ask your questions, but ask your questions by text message or call, because it's very important.
Esto es muy importante para los cañeros.
Right.
Información súper importante para los cañeros. Así que les pido, por favor, estar al tanto acerca de este show. Yo sé que la gran mayoría lo ve por la noche, porque pues por la mañana están en sus cañares o están trabajando algo por el estilo. Pero pueden hacer un arreglo para verlo por la mañana o a poner sus preguntas desde muy temprano con personas que estén en el show, porque por la noche pues no está en vivo y no se contesta ninguna pregunta.
Right, so on that note, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Remember, we have the news coming up this evening right here, the hottest news in the country of Belize that brings you the facts, which is Channel 7 News, right here on Norte Visión Channel 10. Like Mr. Martinez said, the show repeats tonight at 9 o'clock, and Mr. Martinez is not defending no one, all right? We're just perusing on what the case was, how it went out, and we can't set nobody free. We were just saying what happened in the court, right?
Exactly right. Me not defend nobody. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you one thing, that if the suckers are guilty, I don't want to make them stay at jail.
Yeah. So, Mr. Martinez, it's time for us to go.
I want to thank you, Chequi, and thank you for the sweets that you got for me.
Chepe did run.
And because it helped a lot. It helped a lot. You know, after a while of talking, your voice gets all cranky, and we don't roll already.
And thanks to the person with the suggestions of the sweets as well that's in that text.
Thank you very much.
And Chepe do run.
Así que muchas gracias. Este show repite a las 9 de la noche todos los días. Mañana ya es jueves, mañana otro día, gracias a Dios. Mañana tendremos a 2 representantes del Ministerio de Agricultura. Estamos hablando acerca de la sequía, cambio climático y los cambios que los agricultores necesitan por fuerza empezar a hacer para asegurar éxito en el futuro. Porque con estos cambios climáticos que están sucediendo estos días, no podemos simplemente quedarnos viéndolo, tenemos que ser proactivos, tenemos que hacer cosas que jamás hemos considerado hacer, porque la realidad es la realidad. No ha llovido este año, la zafra, la cosecha, muchos productos posiblemente se pierda por la falta de lluvia, y ojalá y caiga lluvia, pero el punto es qué hacer los otros años, cuando quizás hasta quede peor. Tenemos que empezar a pensar positivamente en proyectos grandes que nos puedan aliviar la situación. Todo esto mañana en el show, y ojalá y podamos contar con tu apoyo y tu participación. Compañeros, muchas gracias por su audiencia. A todos, muchas gracias. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I'm Robert Cheque Usher.
Nos vemos. Hasta luego.
City Morning Show.